やっぱ大人は水着よね。
姉ちゃん、いい加減にしてくれや。
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most infamous anime episodes that weren't allowed to air in certain parts of the world.
Not one, not two, but 6 beautiful girls on stage all at once!
Number 20, Rocket Dan vs. Plasma Dan. Pokemon. Imagine getting hyped up for an upcoming anime arc that you see in previews, only for it to never end up happening. That's exactly what happened with these Pokemon Black and White episodes.
I'll bet those guys are from Team Plasma.
Perceptive.
It was to be a two-parter featuring two villainous teams of the franchise, Team Rocket and Team Plasma, duking it out. Due to them depicting heavy city destruction, the episodes were postponed due to the tragic 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, before eventually being completely removed. Because of this, these unaired episodes are now considered non-canon and will likely never be able to watch them. Number 19, Cowboy Funk, Cowboy Bebop.
Why can't you take me seriously?
The September 11th attacks had a huge effect on what was broadcast on television, and as you'll see multiple times through this list, even anime was heavily affected. This Cowboy Bebop episode was centered around a terrorist known as the Teddy Bomber, who would destroy skyscrapers with hidden explosives.
We're all doomed!
Of course, this was way too similar to real-life events at the time, which resulted in Adult Swim pulling the episode from rotation before returning the following year.
Fond farewell. Come to think of it, they were a pair of truly brave young men.
Number 18, the Jinx episodes, Pokemon. On the surface, these original anime episodes seem to have little in common, yet they all share a single element that led to their removal from subsequent reruns and Netflix streaming: their prominent inclusion of the Pokemon Jinx.
Jinx.
The character's initial appearance drew frequent comparisons to the racist practice of blackface.
Look, James, it's a Jinx!
You don't see one of those every day.
Later on, Jinx would receive an official purple redesign across the franchise, and while Japan occasionally streams digitally recolored versions of the footage, the classic English-dubbed episodes remain completely MIA in the West.
Check out that beautiful hair and those soft eyes and its cute lips!
Number 17, episodes 44, 45, and 46, Digimon Adventure 02. Not even Pokemon's biggest rival at the time was safe from getting some of its episodes banned.
Does he really think he can catch us?
Stop, you kidnappers!
These 3 episodes of Digimon's second series ended up being removed from rotation on Jetix due to them containing scenes of children getting abducted, with the heroes shown chasing after the truck containing them.
Why do you want me? You must have some reason for keeping me tied up like a pretzel.
Despite this, the episodes Dark Sun, Dark Spore, The Dark Gates, and The Duel of the War Greymon would eventually be released on DVD and continue to be streamed around the world on various platforms to this day.
I'm surprised. I thought you'd appreciate my humor. I suppose you think you're a superior human being.
Number 16, Tentacool and Tentacruel, Pokemon. Upon arriving at a coastal city, Ash and friends are approached by a rich developer hoping to clear a coral reef of jellyfish Pokemon.
They're disgusting! You can't even eat them, and they're hurting my profits!
While Misty manages to talk the boys out of participating in the extermination, Team Rocket decides the reward is too good to pass up. Their meddling backfires spectacularly, resulting in a colossal Tentacruel that begins a destructive rampage through the urban landscape.
Pikachu, do something!
Because the episode showcased the leveling of various skyscrapers, American networks removed it from rotation after the September 11th attacks, alongside other installments like The Tower of Terror, whose title hit a little too close to home.
The Tower of Terror!
Number 15. To Be or Not to Be. Lupin III Part 2. From Inuyasha to Cowboy Bebop, Adult Swim was the perfect place for anime with more mature themes and content to air in the 2000s. But this episode was where they drew the line. Originally known as Hitler's Legacy in Japan, the episode follows Lupin and the gang as they try to find out where Hitler's treasure is from an old ex-Nazi called Genhard.
Heil Hitler! Look, you may as well salute Napoleon, my friend, or Genghis Khan, because none of them are here anymore.
The episode went completely unaired on Adult Swim due to its Nazi themes, and was also initially skipped on the DVD release before finally being included at a later date. This episode ban was surprising, considering there have been similar themes in other Adult Swim shows.
Huh? Yahoo! We did it! That's a wrap, everyone! We're done! Zeke Heil!
Number 14. Battle Protocol. Transformers Robots in Disguise. Another anime series affected by 9/11, Robots in Disguise had its very first episode pulled from rebroadcast like so many others. It was pulled due to it featuring a scene where Megatron is causing carnage in a city and destroying multiple buildings.
Beam! Take cover!
Shockingly enough, this episode aired only 3 days before the real-life attacks.
Blaze Blaster!
3 other episodes were also removed, including one that featured a collapsing tower being held up by both the Autobots and Predacons.
We've got to support them! Fine, but I can't hold out much longer!
Number 13. The Legend of Mini-Ryu. Pokemon. This is probably the most plot-important Pokemon episode banned. During a trip to the Safari Zone, Ash and his companions search for a rare Pokemon, particularly the elusive dragon type Dratini. An elderly warden and old acquaintance of Professor Oak, known as Kaiser, fiercely protects the area to keep the creature hidden from trainers. However, the episode was banned across nearly all regions outside of Asia due to its excessive gun scenes.
The
warden is depicted as trigger-happy, aiming firearms at Ash and even firing at Team Rocket. Since The Legend of Mini-Ryu marks Ash's Seoul Kanto Safari Zone excursion and explains the sudden appearance of his Tauros herd later in the series, its removal left countless international fans thoroughly confused. Number 12. Fateful Confession. The Vision of Escaflowne. The 90s was full of censored anime, and the first dub of The Vision of Escaflowne that aired on Fox Kids was no exception, with multiple heavy edits throughout its short run.
Who are you? Don't take that tone with me!
Even more bizarre than the excessive censorship was the fact that the very first episode was completely skipped. Apparently, executives felt that the first episode was way too focused on the female protagonist, Hitomi, which would turn away what they perceived as the main target audience, 12-year-old boys.
What is your problem? Are you always so pig-headed?
Ultimately, the show ended up being cancelled on Fox Kids after only 10 episodes. Maybe skipping one of the most important episodes didn't help.
I finally understood what they really meant.
Number 11. To Become an Idol. Mega Man NC Warrior. Given how popular virtual idols are in this day and age, you have to give it to NC Warrior for being ahead of the curve with this episode. But unfortunately, we in the West never got to see it. In To Become an Idol, Meilu and Yai end up getting kidnapped when the virtual idol Aki ends up getting corrupted by a virus. In order to save the girls, Lan and his pals end up dressing up as idols themselves to help find the missing girls.
完璧だな、この変装。
なんかスースーするけど、メルちゃんのためだ。
Because of the nature of their outfits, this episode was completely skipped in the English dub, and many still argue it was for the best.
どうだよ、ガッツマン。
答えたくないでガス。
Number 10, Satoshi and Nagatu Keisaru, Touchdown of Friendship. Pokemon. In his quest to catch 'em all, Ash decided to bond with some Persimmon by trying out their face paint.
わあ、すげえ、これ投げつけされじゃん。
Despite his good intentions, all he did was get the whole episode banned from English territories. The dub skipped over this installment due to Ash's paint job looking an awful lot like blackface.
ゲケー
The implications were too much to ignore or edit around, leaving the Pokemon Company with no choice but to outright ignore it. Considering how many times this has happened to Ash, he should just be glad this is the only episode from the Sun and Moon seasons that was skipped.
何この感じ。
Number 9, Am I Beautiful? Kujisake Onna, Ghost Stories.
I'm sorry. I didn't scare you, did I?
It's hard enough to get an episode banned, it's even more impressive to get it banned before it even airs. To this day, the only public footage of this Ghost Stories episode is a short 15-second preview that aired the week before its intended broadcast. It was supposed to chronicle the story of Kujisake Onna, a woman with a disfigured mouth who stalks kids.
私綺麗。
But many parents found it offensive that the ghoul's appearance resembled a cleft palate and protested against the episode's release. In the hopes of avoiding a PR disaster, network Fuji TV completely removed the chapter, even taking it off the eventual DVD release. Kujisake Onna won't be haunting anyone now.
2 generations of your family have stolen my freedom and ruined my plans. You'll pay for this!
Number 8, Hot Springs Planet Tenrei, Outlaw Star. Ah, the good old Hot Springs episode. It's basically an anime tradition. Better yet, in Outlaw Star, it wasn't just one hot spring, it was a whole damn planet.
Whoopee! I'm thrilled that you guys can just kick back and relax, even though I don't have time for such luxury. Huh?
You can probably guess where this is going. The sexual humor and overall lack of clothing meant it couldn't air within 10 miles of an American network.
Can you hear me over there? How's the water temperature on your side?
So, the original dub release just casually passed over it. At least on TV, that is. The episode was fully dubbed, but it wasn't allowed to air for another 17 years. Given that most banned anime never see the light of day, we should be happy we got to witness this at all.
There's no stinking temple up here at the summit.
Number 7, The Beach, The Island, and a Vacation, The Guardian's Break, Sailor Moon. Not quite as lewd, but just as controversial, beach episodes are another anime staple that are hit or miss when it comes to overseas dubbing. Sorry Sailor Moon fans, but this vacation landed on miss, and not for the reasons you'd expect.
どうしてなの？
There wasn't any offensive or sexual content. The original dubbing company just didn't want to pay for more episodes than they needed. Since The Guardian's Break was 100% filler, it was easy to exclude without affecting the overall plot. However, its absence from broadcast and DVD releases led fans to name it the Lost Episode. English audiences wouldn't be able to see it until this' new release in 2014.
キリンちゃん、ママから会えちゃダメだよ。
Number 6, Going Too Far, XL Saga. With a title like that, is it really any surprise that this episode crosses some lines? Now, what if we were to tell you that was on purpose?
Estelle will do anything for a cross, anything for Lord Alfonso. She has a mindless beast. She will even kidnap us for 20 $.
Allegedly, director Shinichi Watanabe wanted to go as far as possible with XL Saga's finale. He knew it would be way too much for television and only meant for it to be released on the DVD set.
Time to die!
And, well, he got his wish. Japanese broadcasters gave Going Too Far a big fat no, leaving it as a special bonus for fans who bought the physical disc. Say what you will about his storytelling, but Watanabe's definitely got guts.
I can't help but wonder how Mr. Nabashin will tie up the ends of the story in the time we have left.
Number 5. Beauty and the Beach, Pokemon. Even if you don't recognize the name, you've probably seen the screen caps for this episode. You know, the one where James from Team Rocket is in a bikini and has a big old chest? Yeah, that's from this episode. Now, do we really need to tell you why Beauty and the Beach went behind bars? To be fair, the dub episode actually aired twice, albeit with several edits for the more risque moments.
I'd like to enter the beauty contest.
You should, Misty. There are cash prizes for both the beauty and the costume contests.
Well, our money worries are over.
But ever since 2000, it hasn't been included in any release, streaming or physical. Given that James's rack only grows more problematic as the years go by, that's probably for the best.
With a build-up like that, none of the judges will give me a second look.
Number 4, Osamatsu returns. Mr. Osamatsu. 25 years after he last appeared on screen, Mr. Osamatsu returned to broadcast, only for his first episode to be locked away for good. Then again, they were kind of asking for it. In order to catch up on all the anime trends of the last few decades, Mr. Osamatsu spends this premiere episode parodying some of the most popular shows around. The quintuplets cycle through Attack on Titan, Pokemon, Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and more. But due to the massive breach in copyright, the episode was scrubbed from streaming services and promptly removed from all future releases. It was a good joke, just one that could only be done once. Number 3, School Days. School Days.
どうしても何もなんで桂さんと一緒なのよ
Anyone who wanted to tune in for the finale of this high school romance ended up waiting a whole extra week to see the bloody conclusion. School Days' slice-of-life storyline ends with cold-blooded murder, but on the day it was supposed to air, it was abruptly pulled due to its similarities to another crime recently committed in Japan. Several major networks refused to air it even after the delay, leading many to fear the brutal episode would be buried for good. While School Days' grisly finale did eventually make it to TV, it had to be on a smaller channel where the subject matter wouldn't make as many waves. Number 2, Wild Horses, Cowboy Bebop. 5 years after its release, and 3 since the dub, an episode of Cowboy Bebop got quietly pulled from rerun circulation. It had nothing to do with the show or content at all.
What went wrong?
The fuel tanks are empty. There's nothing I can do now.
Instead, the installment just so happened to feature a NASA spaceship, which was a very sensitive image following the disastrous re-entry of the Columbia shuttle in 2003. To avoid any potential backlash, Adult Swim plucked the episode out of its routine schedule without a word.
And I thought I was afraid to fly!
Luckily, Bebop fans didn't have to wait long before it was reinstated, but that's still a lot of fanfare for an episode that, all things considered, is pretty tame.
This is your last chance!
Before we continue, be sure to check out WatchMojo's 24-hour live stream. All of your favorite videos in one place, 24/7. Always on, always live.
Are you not entertained?
Number 1, Electric Soldier Porygon, Pokemon. Being banned is the very least of this episode's problems. It changed television as we know it. The story sounds innocent enough. It's about Ash and company following a stray Porygon into the World Wide Web.
それはこの天才秋葉原博士が作り出した CG ポケモンポリゴンの初号機だ
CG ポケモンポリゴン
However, in doing so, they traveled through a series of flashing lights that hospitalized hundreds of real viewers across Japan. Not only was the episode pulled from TV and retired forever, it sparked a whole governmental movement about strobe effects in animated programs. So, if your favorite anime ever looks dim, you have Porygon to thank, assuming you can even track down the episode anymore. Which of these banned episodes do you want to see the most? Let us know in those comments below.